والآن نبقى مع العرض الأخير، وهو عرض جامعة الحكمة فرن الشباك، يقدمه الأستاذ جان جرجس.
مرحبا. ورقة البحث المحضرة صراحة جد تقنية، بس بطمنكم انه وقتها رح يكون قصير. الهدف من وراها كان شغلتين. اول شيء انه نفرجي انه بلبنان حتى بنقدر نعمل مثل ما عم يعملوا البنوك العالمية المعروفة، وبنقدر نطبق تكنيك ما عم يعني بيزل 2 و 3 جابرين فيها حتى. اوكي. الشغلة رح يكون new ways for calculating market risk, evidence from a filtered historical simulation. In brief, Basel 2 and 3 identified like 3 main risks: the credit risk, market risk, and operational risk. Credit risk is the risk that the borrower, like the bank lends, if we want, is going to like default. The second one, market risk, like any variation in interest rate or whatever. I'm gonna be like go in a profound way, Mel. Okay, is a risk that a bank can lose on his portfolio. And the third one, like, is operational risk, is the risk of doing business, like fraud and many other things. What is market risk? Market risk is defined as the risk of losses on and off balance sheet position arising from movement in market prices. The risks subject to this requirement are the risk pertaining to interest rate related to instrument and equity in the trading book, foreign exchange risk and commodity risk throughout the bank. مين من المصارف اليوم بلبنان ما بيملك عملات أجنبية؟ مين من المصارف بلبنان ما بيملك commodities يمكن معادن أو إلى آخره، أو حتى أسهم بالأسواق العالمية. The techniques that are being used or the approaches under Basel 2 and Basel 3 are as follows. We have the historical simulation approach. Under this one, we have the equally weighted moving average. That means that we calculate the variance of the closing price of our returns in our series. Okay, but here we have like just a constant variance, not a variable variance. And the exponential weighting moving average and the model-based approach is the variance covariance approach. Literature review. What has been done in the literature? We know that Pritzker, in the year 2000, he published a refereed article. His model was to review the assumption of historical and weighted historical simulation. His results has showed that both methods associate risk with only the lower tail of the distribution. Hendricks, in 1996, he tested like 12 VAR models that were grouped in 3 categories: the equally weighted moving average, the exponentially weighting moving average, and the historical simulation approaches. He also found that none of the 12 models is superior to others in every criterion, when a 95 probability was used in the VAR calculation. بس كلنا بنعرف ببازل 2 و 3 under internal based approach بيجبرونا regulators ان نستعمل 99% VAR مش 95% VAR. لأن when he tested at a 99% probabilities, there was a large discrepancy in the risk calculation. The 3 approaches predict only 98.2 and 98.5 of the outcomes. Van der Gorberg and Vlaar, he used rolling windows of different length, 250 days, 500,000, 3,038 days over a 15 years to backtest historical simulation on the Dutch equity index. They found that the failure rate, the probability that actual losses exceed estimated value at risk, is often exceeding the corresponding left tail probabilities. عم نخبر شوي عن الليترشر الصايرة بس لأقول إنه كل المودلز إجمالاً بازل 2 و 3 بيسمحوا فيها كلها عندها بعض المشاكل الصغيرة إذا بدنا. فأنا هون حبيت فرجي بالموديل هلا رح فرجيكم اياه هو filtered historical simulation انه اذا بحال تطبق بيعطينا certain efficacy او بالشو اسمه. اخذت محفظه ماليه وهميه اذا بدنا من 3 indexes on the US market يا هن داو جونز ناسداك ولا S&P بس لان انه بالنهايه كتبت like 150 lines of code in MATLAB. So this technique is usable. We can use it right now in any portfolio. Our data are from April 2009 to April 2011. Here, the following plots illustrate like the relative price movement of each index. The initial level index has been normalized to unity to facilitate the comparison of relative performance. بنقسم على تي زيرو اذا بدنا لحتى بس لان بنعرف عندنا let's say الناسداك اليوم قيمته 2000 الاس ان بي 1000 other one like 12000 زعما نحطهم على نفس الجراف كل واحد بيطلع معنا شيء ما بنقدر نشوف شو البرفورمانس تبعهم over from 2009 to 2011. This is the distribution of my portfolio return that consists. It's an equal weighted portfolio of Dow Jones, as I said before, NASDAQ, and S&P 500. We can see, if we look here, we can see that this distribution doesn't look like a normal distribution. بهالمودلز سبقت وقلتهم قبل كلهم بيستعملوا normal distribution. وقت ما نشتغل على الفار يعني ما نطلع بالليفت تيل تحت on the left side. Alright. ما بتخلينا نشوف كل الخسارات اللي ممكن يكونوا عم يحصلوا عنا هون بالبورتفوليو بالمحفظة المالية تبعنا. كمان just for the sake of comparison, I draw a distribution of normal variables. ليكوا الفرق بيناتهم. This one has like fat tails. The other one doesn't have fat tails. We can see the bootstrap filtered historical simulation methods require the observation to be usually approximately independent and identically distributed. However, like most financial return series, exhibit some degree of autocorrelation and more importantly, heteroscedasticity. For example, here, the sample correlation function of the portfolio returns reveal some mild serial correlation. شو serial correlation؟ يعني الريتيرن تبع اليوم معلق بالريتيرن تبع امبارح وبالقبل امبارح بقبل امبارح. في عندهم كأن صلة أو صلة معينة بين يعني المردود اللي حققناه اليوم والمردود اللي حققناه امبارح. وقتها هلا لاحقا بدنا نعمل مثل 20 سحب عشوائي لحالات معقول تحصل بهالدنيا على هالمحفظة المالية عنا إياها، مش مفروض يكون عنا هيدي الصلة بين المردود اليوم مردود امبارح ومردود أولة امبارح. إذا كمان بنطلع على sample autocorrelation function تبع squared returns, we see the sample illustrates the degree of persistence and variance and implies that gauge modeling may significantly condition the data used in subsequent bootstrapping method. So, to produce a series of identically and independently observation, we're going to fit an autoregressive model of order 1 to the conditional mean, and we're going to fit a gauge, actually it's an e-gauge, but it's formulation of a gauge model of 1-1 of the conditional variance. As we see that the variance in the market, variance measures risk if we want, variance in the market isn't constant. Every day we have a different variance. After fitting the first order autoregressive models that gonna compensate for autocorrelation, while the gauge models is gonna compensate for heteroscedasticity. So what do we have after that? That the standardized residuals are, they don't show a serial correlation, and the squared standardized residuals don't show also a serial correlation. After that, we simulate a 20,000 independent random trials of standardized residuals over a 2 days, 5 days, 10 days, and 1 month horizon of trading days. شو بيعني هيدا؟ يعني كأن عنا بهالمحفظة المصرف اللي فيه معقول يملكها، نحن قلدنا وحدة مثلها هي ذاتها بس 20,000 مرة. يعني أي حالة معقول تحصر بالسوق كانت أو تحصل بمحفظتهم كانت بخسارة أو كان بربح، عم نعمل 20,000 محاولة من هالنوع، وأخذين بعين الاعتبار ميزات الداتا الأساسية اللي عنا إياها. شو الريزالتس اللي بيطلعوا لك؟ شو بيعنوا من بعد ما تطبق الفاليو ات ريسك؟ في يقول انه البنك كان بيملك هالمحفظه الماليه الهون المؤلفه من داو جونز والناسداك والاس ان بي 500. انا بقول له انه we are 99% confident today that you're not gonna lose on your portfolio more than 2.813% in the following 2 days. اجمالا 99% معتمد ببيزل كوميتي ان كانت 2 او 3. في يقول له we are confident at 95%. I'm at 95% confident that your portfolio that you're holding is not gonna lose 1.6174% in the following 2 days. This simulated global portfolio returns. The results over 5 days, same thing. We're confident that you're not at 99% that you're not gonna lose more than 5% on your portfolio in the following 5 days. Same thing, 10 days, and same thing, 1 month. Thank you.